That's good to hear. Well, I'm glad to hear that because, you know, he got his lessons here.
Yeah, well, he's a straight up guy. Joe Cerezo.
I'm totally shocked that you guys told me that yesterday.
What?
That he's an asshole.
Who, Lynch? Cerezo? Oh yeah, I'm
totally in shock.
Well,
he's been nothing but a gentleman around me.
Well, he got caught with the stolen shotgun. That can upset people, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know what. Maybe that's a rarity for him. It's my first time meeting him.
It's not a character for him.
Archie Schaefer today, completely nice.
Yeah.
When we searched his house.
Yeah.
So
well, he's starting to get
his dad.
Yeah.
A whole different person. His dad's a total. I don't even know how to say it, but he's very angry, mean person.
Really?
Yep, and he's wearing your 81 crap on his shirt.
Yeah.
Telling me all kinds of rude stuff.
You know, you guys got a job to do.
No, I know.
You came here yesterday to my house. Did I like it?
No. Of course not.
But you know what? I'm not going to be abrasive.
Right.
Unless you guys are abrasive to me.
Yeah, well, Shireman and I and our whole unit, we're very active, but we're not mean to anybody. You know what I mean? We don't call people names. We don't rough people up. We are completely nice, but we're very active, which makes some people mad.
Yeah.
But we're just here to do a job. Nothing about what we do is personal.
Right.
And it's not going to get that way.
Good. Well, I hope not.
You know, I've worked with Shireman for a long time. We dealt with the Mongols for a long time. And, still dealing with them, too.
Yeah. I don't really know. I talk to Tom every few months, and I talk to Doc out of L.A. He's their boss. At least he was. I think he still is. Just to keep a line of communication going.
Right.
Because I don't want anything to explode, no pun intended.
No, I agree. I think that's...
in the community.
Yeah, I think that's great.
And, I don't want to... I love Ventura. I love Ventura County. I don't want to impact it.
I believe you do.
Yeah, I do.
I believe that.
And, I've got this issue that I'm going to have to take care of. Obviously, the contraband I got caught with yesterday, and I don't know where this bike thing's heading, but, maybe, as I approach the judge and I try to get these things back, maybe I can work out some kind of community service. Maybe I can go talk to some of these people in some sort of setting that you're having problems with. And, as a over 30-year member, of the Hells Angels, and a Hells Angel that's been, politically involved at the top, for the last 20 years, tell them that, that they're interpreting things in the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, every few months, somewhere in the country, a Hells Angel stabs somebody or shoots somebody. I mean, that's just the way it's gone for years.
And, to me, it seems like it's getting worse.
Yeah, I mean, and so that's a lot of people to try to turn around.
Well, I'm talking about, and I'm being selfish, but I'm talking about our community.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about...
But you wear the same patch as all those other people.
I understand that, but
if our news was limited to here, I think that could make a difference. But, Fox News, CNN, and Internet.
Each Hells Angel charter develops its own personality and character. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Hey, Aubrey, I'm talking to law enforcement on the phone, so do you mind? I think that each Hells Angel charter has its own personality.
Yeah.
And I think that you go to one town, and how a charter may deal with a situation is going to be different in the town and the next town over.
Well, I got 2 charters in my area.
Right. Well, we're trying to resolve that.
Yeah.
And
you know Tom Heath's back, right?
No comment.
All right. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I found out here recently, but these guys are going to be Archie and Jess may be staying if there are no problems.
Right.
Everybody else is going to be getting out up into the Santa Barbara County.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to say about Lynch, but we're still working on that one.
Okay.
But I don't know what to say. As far as your computer, we'll try to get that processed soon, and that can be released too as soon as we get the process. The Apple stuff. That's my wife's. Okay.
I can wait on mine.
Okay. I'll be taking those Tuesday. Those will hit the people that take care of that stuff, and then all they have to really do is copy stuff, and they can get it back to you. But I gotta get them to do it. It depends on their workload. So they've been pretty good though. So.
And as this thing makes its way through the court system, I'm sincere about what I said about I know you're looking at this as the way modern society is with news and whatnot, but I think that we can impact the community here.
Well, I'm always a wait and see guy. I certainly don't think it could harm things.
Well, see, a lot of the stuff is surprising to me.
Yeah.
I don't live in Oakview. Oakview's kind of its own little area and clique, and I don't know what's going on. Like Shireman rattled off 5 or 6 events of violence to me yesterday. I didn't even know anything about it.
Yeah. Well, maybe the guys are trying to keep it from you. I don't know.
Well, that very well may be, but if that's the case, maybe we need to open a line of communications between us, and if it's been because of pride or whatever in the past, I don't take it that we've had that problem on the Ventura P.D. from time to time. I've always had a good line of communication. Every once in a while somebody gets involved that it's and excuse my language, but their attitude is fuck those guys. We don't have to answer to them. We're law enforcement, and that's our job, and we're not involved in them. But there's been times when they've been very candid with us, and we've stopped a lot of problems and issues.
Yeah.
And
well, we don't investigate stuff until we find crime, so that's how we work. We're not going to be out trying to just fish things up. But we find there's a crime, we investigate it, and like I said, we're pretty active, as you can probably tell.
Yeah, I see that.
But at the same time, we don't just fish around when there's no crime to be trying to find a crime. We don't do that. When something comes to our attention, we go out.
I would be willing to make an earnest attempt to try to end some of these issues that seem to be aggravating you guys up there.
Yeah, well, I really think you're going to have to, I don't know that you're going to have any control over it. It's going to take Sabian trying to be a tough guy all the time. It's going to take, that's what it's going to take. It's going to take Georgie and those guys, not acting the way they act, running around like, if anybody looks at them wrong, they're going to get throttled,
Okay, well, see, these are the things that I need to know about. I kind of thought they grew out of that stage.
Well, you got a guy, Sabian, for instance, that went to prison for the club for selling drugs, went to prison for stabbing a prospect, and now you guys make him president.
He wasn't a prospect, that guy.
Well, he hang around whatever he was. But
he was just a friend, actually,
well,
to be honest with you.
And now you make Sabian the president. You see what I'm saying? You see the message that sends?
Well,
You know what I mean?
I understand that, but you also have to understand within the organization, we have to send a message that somebody's in there that has been through the mill and is still here holding his own. So what you're saying has a lot of credence from the outside looking in.
Right.
But do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, no, and you have different goals on what kind of people you want. I understand that. I mean, you want somebody that's going to be loyal to the club.
Right.
And, but part of the problem I see is they commit crimes that benefit the club.
Well, I'm hoping that Sabian isn't doing that.
Well, I'm talking about the stabbing and the pill dealing.
But, you yourself have to understand that, he went through the judicial system, paid his debt to society and came back. Now, it's up to him, and I thought he was doing this. I thought he's working. He's got a girlfriend that I think soon he's going to marry, and they have a child.
No, I understand that. All I'm saying is that from the community's point of view, you have a guy that went to prison for the club twice, and now you guys make him president, and he did some bad stuff. People, somebody got hurt real bad.
He did, but
but
you have to agree with me. I mean, society establishes,
absolutely,
and,
absolutely.
He did, he did make his penance. And,
yes, I agree. He did his time, and
if he is doing things that he shouldn't be doing now, he's wrong.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying from a public perception thing. I just hate to see those kids look at that kind of behavior and see it get rewarded.
I think that I understand what you're saying, but let me ponder everything you've been telling me.
Okay, sounds good.
And,
I got to get going home anyway.
Okay, but some of the things you're saying are troubling me.
Okay.
And I'm not giving you a line of crap.
Well, I'm just being honest with you.
And I'm being honest with you.
Okay.
Some of the things you're saying, you're reinforcing everything that Shireman. What was the other? I got this short
Medina.
Medina, yeah. That Medina told me yesterday.
Okay.
And is this? Let me look at this number I called. Was the number I called earlier? How can I get a hold of you?
I'll give you my office phone number.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
It's 677.
6677.
No, 677.
677.
8771.
8771.
Yep.
Okay. And you're
Paris.
that's what I thought. Okay, Sergeant. You're Sergeant.
Senior deputy.
Senior deputy. Were you at my house yesterday?
I came at the very end. I was over at Joe's house, and then I came at the very end.
Okay. One last thing, and I'll let you go.
Okay.
I guess what I'll do is I'll talk to you about my computers. When should I wait till Tuesday?
I'm gonna be gone next week. My guys will be taking care of it. But I'll be back the Tuesday after that, yes.
Okay.
So a week from Tuesday.
Would you mention to them about possibly expediting the
Yeah, I'll tell them they need to get.
for my wife?
I'll tell them they need to get down there Tuesday. But as far as the other things, you have to talk to the judge.
I will.
I can use the computer.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
If I stipulated in court to the judge that I was still a member in good standing in the Hells Angels, a possibility of getting my patch back?
That's up to the judge.
Okay.
It's wholly up to the judge, and
Okay.
he
That's
may
fair enough.
he may say that's great. So.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Thanks for calling me. It's been insightful.
No problem. I'll talk to you in a week and a half or so.
Okay. Yeah, and I want to talk again.
Okay.
Maybe I'll come down and I'll talk to you in Shireman.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Bye.